hello. Thank you. Welcoming Sister Jenny. Test.
Hello.
I'm a genie in the bottle, baby. Test 1, 2. Okay. Is this gonna work or not gonna work?
What on Insta?
Yeah, it's been 2 days back to back. Okay, let me just give it. We still got time actually. Public. Maybe that's my.
Oh, you got your bone? Well, thank you for bringing that.
Like, I'm ready to get comfortable.
He's like, hold this for me while I chew it.
I'm a genie in the bottle. You gotta rub me the right way. I'm a genie in the bottle, baby. Come on, beyond. Let's see. Come on. If this one does.
What's the issue?
I'm not sure. Like, I'm doing everything.
Go live. At the top right?
No, but this thing is supposed to have something like, and I didn't copy this. I'll try again here. See, you don't have to put it. It's fine. We just won't be on Instagram.
Have anybody been joining?
Generally, yeah.
Yeah.
People. That's why I get on, because some people locally they watch us. Hola.
Hello.
Hola.
Okay. I guess welcoming everybody.
Welcoming everybody to the Mystic Village Emily Richardson stream.
Brother Sean is sick tonight.
He's on a record. Back to back today. Or this week. But sometimes that's just how it's gonna be. Let me see here.
You just need rest sometimes.
Absolutely.
Your body needs rest.
Well, the blessing is that he can afford it. Because some people can't afford to have free time off to rest.
Absolutely.
Which is kind of, that's crazy, you know.
No more sick time. I guess we could.
I can grab this. Welcoming everybody on Insight Timer on Twitch. I guess I should enable my Facebook also, because a lot of people rewatch it actually.
On Facebook?
Yeah, it's like they don't watch it live, but they'll play it to sleep. So multi-streaming helps more people and helps us, because it's kind of like authenticity isn't going to be everyone's flavor, because the truth isn't for everybody. Which is what
streaming helps more people.
Which is what we've been talking about a lot more, right? Just like many people just want you to play the bowls, play music, but we don't want to talk about wisdom that will actually help us get to the next level. Why? Laziness, like not wanting to do the work. And that's sad. I mean, that's,
Well, it's easy and convenient to just be lazy, and not do the work and do
Yes.
what's comfortable for us.
what's comfortable, what most people want from us, the mainstream, just us to play music and shut up. Just don't talk too much stuff. Just, human beings love comfort.
Mm-hmm.
And, we both stream on Insight Timer. We share our findings, what we've been noticing, how the energy is. The more truth we speak from our heart, the more we're not gonna appease the mainstream.
Mm-hmm.
Because when they see bowls, they just want to hear. And we like to do that, but not, but there has to be some balance of speaking wisdom. Like, we grow as a group because of that.
By learning from each other and just talking the Dharma,
Mhm.
if we, like the master told you, if you keep on meditating all day, you're just going to be meditating all day, and
Yeah.
you're really not learning and sharing our experiences that we've been through and just how to cultivate and how to grow.
Mm.
Because it's so convenient to just stay comfortable doing what's easy, doing the easy things in life, but that just keeps us stagnant.
Well, he hasn't said the meditating all day stuff in a while, because
Mhm.
most people at the temple right now are not there.
Mm-hmm.
But on Insight Timer, yes, right. There's a ton of people doing the journaling and doing the same thing, journaling over and over and doing all these practices, but we're not facing the baggage.
Yeah. Getting
Which-
to the root cause.
And that's because sometimes we don't want to see the ego doesn't want to see the root causes.
Well, sometimes it's painful to see the root cause.
Yeah, well, most of the time, your real root cause, it's like something you've been running from for a long time, and it's very triggering to find why you're unhappy, why your life's a certain way. And because when you're aware of the root causes, and that many people just keep circling around the root cause but never get to it, you can either continue to be part of something that keeps them going in a circle, just breathing in, be aware that you're breathing in, play the flutes, make them feel, thank you for helping me go to sleep. All right. And that's what I used to do for years.
Mhm.
I did that for 2 to 3 years on Twitch,
Yeah.
where we're still on. And but inside I was like, God told me, as I'm doing all this, just relax. Like, as I'm doing all these ASMR and relaxation sounds, God's like, you have more potential than this.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but I ignored that voice until it just, because I listened to the voice good now. In the beginning, it was just kind of like you're trying to figure it out, so you don't want to just.
The cat.
Dang, you're very consistent with the time.
Yeah, he did the same time last time too, right?
Excuse
Throwing up.
the background ASMR of
a cat throwing up.
No, it's a boat. A boat's hitting the dock right now. Okay. Because we're talking about these things right now because we're starting to see humanity go. We're getting back to routine again.
Mm-hmm.
We're getting back to like not progressing, not opening our chakras, not facing the truth. We're doing what we think we need to do, which is just the same thing we've always been doing, but not actually finding happiness.
Yeah.
But today, we're going to do music and do Dharma talk. But these things need to be spoken because Insight Timer there's a couple crowds of people. There's the drive-through people who are just looking for their tribe and their group. There's people who come to socialize, who say hi to each other and make it feel like you're doing fellowship at church or whatever, right? And then there's the seeker and the light workers who come with an open heart and mind, looking to get to the next level and develop themselves, which are few.
Yeah.
Which are very few. And the more truth, the more honesty you speak, the more you're going to thin out the crowd. But what you have left are light workers and people who really want to serve God and not just acting by, buying crystal balls, playing, but not actually like going above and beyond to see how can we let God use us. So instead we just get in the routine again of doing the same thing over and over. Why? Because we're getting more followers. We do the same thing over and over because it's bringing more donations. And in the beginning I was like that because I didn't know how the system works. Because when you look in the beginning, when you're serving God, when you're looking for little money, the devil is trying to take you like, hey, it's trying to distract you by trying to grow your finances and grow your money.
And also your community as well, because whenever you get those followers, you're like, you feel like you're making a difference and whenever people follow you. But whenever that becomes less and less, whenever you begin like speaking your truth, you're still getting followers, but not like in the amount that you were before. And it's kind of like the true seekers, those are the ones that will follow, but it's less people.
It's how the internet works and how live streaming works a lot of times. It's like through donations, we become butt kissers. Oh, thank you so. Like when people donate to me, I just say thank you one time. That's it. I'm not gonna kiss people's butt because, like, if they feel something great, they give. But I'm not gonna play the game of like giving people too much validation, because then they don't get the message. Love your damn self, and that is tough, right? That's like, and that's why I'm like this. Because in the beginning, I wasn't. Love your damn self wasn't a thing in the beginning. It was just okay. Show up. Do things that people like. But then I realized, what about doing my purpose? Which is, again, because I've done it. I mean, I've strayed off the path twice. One is getting popular on Twitch, looking for followers and subscribers. But then just because you're growing in follower and subscribers doesn't mean you're following your purpose.
Of course, yeah.
So I changed to serve. But then I was still looking at how to get partnership. Just because you become sponsored doesn't mean you're sponsored by God. You know what I mean? But of course I had to try it, do the Cosmorpheus phase. But ever since the Cosmorpheus phase, it taught me something. It taught me to keep my standard high, that I can still be me. I can still be true to myself and grow. And it's just going to take time. And you have to find what platform is meant for you.
Right.
And that's why looking for the perfect container is like the best. Because sometimes you want to swim in the ocean, but you're best swimming in the lake, to spread the Dharma in the lake because it's more calm. And people who are humble may be seeking a calm water to pay attention to the Dharma. And all the people are looking for the big ocean because they're looking for the hype of the waves. Right? But we're not settling something as small as a pond, right? Because like a lake is pretty big. A sea is pretty big. But you have to see what's practical, what's useful, because sometimes you want to teach people stuff, but most people are not even open to like things that God want to tell them. Why? Because they're busy looking at OnlyFans, or because they're busy, getting money and popular, but at the cost of the ignorance of humanity, and that's fine. And that's why I love the people I'm around. It's like, if you're not about that life, you're not gonna be around me for long. Why? Because you're working for God. It's tiring. It's tiring, but in a way that fulfills you. Versus being tired and you just get money, but authentic people are not around that much.
But whenever you are true to yourself and you have the authentic people actually following you, that's so much better than just gaining a lot of followers, because you can make more of a difference together, you know, rather than just like a bunch of followers but not following your purpose and your path.
Yes.
You know, it's kind of like selling yourself out for followers or for money.
And that's so, because the thing is, social media is a new thing.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know what it means to not sell. Like, what does it mean to not sell out on social media? It's kind of like, it's hard to find that medium, especially in spirituality, and to do something unique and new. And now, yes, there are content creators that are growing, but how do we actually make a difference that's long lasting for generations is what we're looking at. Not just that person, but help them change, help their family too.
But it's also about like not doing what everybody else is doing too. Like, yes, we can gain inspiration from those people that we're watching and that we're following, but also being like your original self and not just doing what everybody else is doing. Because whenever I watch YouTube, and especially YouTube, you know, I'll see certain sound baths or tarot card readers, and they're all doing the same thing. And it's like, y'all are just copying each other, which is, I mean, that's how we find inspiration, and we can begin doing it that way. But when are you going to find your own voice and be your original self of what you're being led to do? Because we all have different gifts and different things to offer, you know? Everybody's unique.
Originality, it does take time to cultivate. But when you like polish the diamond and it starts to shine, then people start to notice. But that, again, it takes authenticity to polish yourself into a diamond instead of just, you know, pretending to be a diamond, identifying as a diamond. So let's go ahead and let's just do us. Welcoming Liz, Shavi, welcoming Hollow. We got Jag, Turn on a Dime, Sister Lady Jenny is here too. And welcoming Sister Mira and the rest of the brothers and sisters. Of course, we got a new flute. I think you already heard it. Well, last night. And if you have something on your heart, you're open to express it. We're going to do music for 45, 50, maybe an hour and 10 minutes or something, you know, until the energy is good. When the energy is clear, then we're just going to hang out with you. That's the goal. Brother Sean is sick today. Again.
He's healing.
He's
His
just,
body is healing.
he's low energy. And so we're just going to let him, you know, you got to take care of yourself. And so I'm glad that he stand up for his health, because only he knows himself better than us. You know yourself better, so.
Yep.
And we'll get some background noise for you. And welcoming Sister Bonnie.
Hello.
Thank you for being here, sister. And prepare to relax. Give yourself permission to relax. I give myself permission to be here and now. The cat's here early today. I give myself permission to feel peace, to feel love, to feel beauty, and to be open to love, to be open to the divine, and to just enjoy my damn life. 소하 달에 두 달에 둘이 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 소하 1, 2. Welcoming everybody.
Hello.
Hope you enjoyed today's sound bath with Sister Emily and Brother Tanet here. Brother Sean, of course, is absent today, so we wish him well because he just has low prana, to say the least. And yeah, I'm trying the new microphone to see the difference. It's different.
Than usual?
Yeah, well, usually I use the condenser. I'm using dynamic. It doesn't pick up as much, but the bowl sounds way better because of it, So, thank you, Jay, Lucy. Nice to see you here.
Thank you, everybody. Testing, test 1, 2. Testing. Thank you, everybody.
Let me see. Are we on high quality?
Yeah, I thought we were.
No, I think sometimes the filter. Remember, there's a filter on. Like you can make the voice louder because right now everything is so low.
You're awake? Welcome back.
Noise suppressor. Test 1. Not sure why everything's lower today.
Maybe I didn't put the
No, but it's on
audio.
It's on OBS.
No, we're not ending the stream.
Yeah, no. Test 1, 2. Test 1, 2. Yeah, no, we're not ending the stream. We're just checking out some details. Oh, there's the issue. That's what I'm like. Test. Oh, there we go. Because we were on default. Sorry about that. I was like, why is everything so low?
What's default?
I don't know.
What?
But the volume was very low. I just hope the audio was good for everybody else. Welcoming y'all.
Y'all.
That is too loud. Okay, so just lower the volume if the volume has changed for you, because test 1, 2. Test. That better? Test 1, 2. Volume jumped up mid-music. Test.
Huh.
It was different than normal, but still good. I just can't name what's the difference. Yes. We're experimenting because, miking sound bath is so difficult. Miking, like, multi-instrument sound healing.
Yeah, different sound healing tools are all gonna pick up different sounds. So having the different mics on, the different instruments, and adjusting the volume as needed.
And we have different mics, and when you see practitioners online, it's usually they're all playing crystal bowls, or there's something that,
Yeah, it's all Tibetan bowls or all crystal bowls. It's not like a variety.
I've seen on TikTok crystal bowls and piano.
Nice, that'd be pretty.
But then again, the piano is loud.
Yeah.
So you can put the mic right inside, like in the piano area. So.
But the crystal bowls are really loud too.
I think the difficult thing to mic up, it's a mixture of like every instrument we have doesn't mic easily.
Mm-hmm.
Like these Tibetan bowls. And if the mic is too loud, then the bowls become too loud. And then the flutes are so sensitive. Mm-hmm. Some flutes are so gentle, and so every time merging it together, it's not easy. But luckily, we have sound treated the space.
Mostly.
Yeah, mostly.
We still have I think we're 80%. No, maybe 70%.
We're surrounded by mostly fabric and foam acoustic foam, which does help a lot, and the carpet helps a ton.
Mm-hmm.
And but as long as y'all feel good, great.
That's what matters.
Oh, you want me to? I can get rid of the background.
What was it, a fan on?
No.
Oh.
It's
Oh, yeah,
background
yeah.
noise, which makes this fan.
It's nature.
Huh? Well, you licking me. You want attention?
He says thank you for the sound bath.
Oh, really? Are you a good boy? You a good boy? How did everybody feel today? Thank you for being here. If the audio, we are constantly monitoring the volume because as a sound healing group, we understand that it's important, so that's why we're making it a big deal, because we care.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It matters so much about quality, and that's why I'm even trying holding the mic today, because I want a different experience. I'm trying to work out my muscles today, I guess. Let's see here. Willow says it's taking a while, but I'm close to 5.5k points. Oh, yeah, to redeem what? What are you trying to redeem?
What, on Twitch?
On Twitch, sound or healing?
Energy clearing.
Energy clearing. Amanda said, yeah, it was different than normal, but still good. Yeah, lately, what have you been noticing energy-wise?
Energy-wise, I feel like it's been like mostly quiet.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly quiet.
Not
and
inspired.
People haven't really been like opening up. You know, I feel like,
Mm-hmm.
you know, they're just like, it's Friday now, so it's like, oh, the week's over again. I get to relax and just like chill. It's very chill energy,
Mm-hmm.
and just like, I don't know, just stagnant, I guess.
Well, you know, I get to see the city because I do Amazon deliveries. And yeah, it's just a lack of enthusiasm.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, unfortunately, most of humanity is going day by day. Like, most people are, 3 out of 4 people are working jobs they don't even like.
Absolutely. I have, you know, all the people that we've been having to come in this week specifically, they're very, like, rushed to do what they have to do, and they're just rushed. We're not enjoying the moment,
Mm-hmm.
and we're just doing what we have to do. It's very uninspiring, like you said. Like, people will come into the office on their lunch break to tour an apartment because their lease is ending, so they have to find a
Yeah.
new home. It's like a necessity that they have to find a home, but it's like we're not enjoying the process of what it is that we're doing in life. It's like we're just going through the motions of what we have to do, and it's not a happy life to live that way.
Yeah, especially even when the energy change online, we
Mm-hmm.
can notice why, because we're paying attention.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the Super Bowl is coming, and the school year started again from getting back in.
The New Year excitement is over. It's
Yeah.
like we're in February now. January's over. But are we still like working towards what our New Year's resolutions were? Are we still like
No.
excited about life? Because I know in January we're like excited about the new. Like it's like a fresh start again.
Yeah.
We get to start all over and like set our goals and set our intentions for the year.
It's like people's like the things that like people's dream has like got like it's so and that's why I'm so grateful that I believe in my dreams.
Mm-hmm.
I live my dreams, because I remember the time in my life where I didn't believe in my dreams and I just did the Groundhog Day and just like go do routine.
Mm-hmm.
You just go to college, you don't even know why you're going. Oh, because you go and get a job, right? It's like not inspiring. And so right now, this is a time where the circus, like, you know, they say in the Roman Empire, bread and circus, whenever people get bored, they're gonna start, you know, it's not good for society, because to keep society happy, you have to give them bread and circus. Right now, the bread and circus is like running low, so they have to continue. Oh, Valentine's Day.
Mm-hmm. Some type of dopamine, something to be excited about. in life.
Super Bowl.
Uh-huh.
It's like, right? Well, what about your damn life every day? Not really inspiring. And so many people go in. Some people, inspiring thing may be being parents, but some people who are parents dread it, right? Or some people love it right now because they don't have to babysit their children.
Because their kids are at school, so they...
Yeah. So there's something where the kids have a program, they don't have to deal with them as much. And that's so, right? But just overall society as a whole, when you're living a life that's not sexy, your life is bland right now.
It's very uninspiring. It's like groundhog, like you said.
We're just eating bread with no butter,
Mm-hmm.
right? It's non-toasted, just white rice, you know, maybe even undercooked white rice, and we're like, oh, at least we can survive, only to come home. So that's why we're talking about this, by the way, because we're trying to share some awareness, because right now the energy is not bad, but it's called like sluggish.
Mm-hmm.
It's just they call it torpor, just like it's just let's just get to the next holiday, get to the next celebration, get to the next thing. Well, when life's uninspiring and you're an adult, you go to the bar.
Mm-hmm. You find ways to make your life exciting.
And this is the time where I'm fighting. Like, I'm fighting for humanity. That's why I've been speaking more honest with the community, because, I mean, I guess I kind of, most of the time I do. But it's more like, it's why we start talking more. Because we started noticing the enthusiasm in people out the window.
Mm-hmm.
New Year's gone. You know, Christmas.
Back to the same old.
Now it's just like college, just do
work.
Well, what does it take for your life to become sexy? Where you're in. When I say sexy, I don't mean like literally sexual. It means how do you make it more spicy? Like when your food is bland, how can you add more seasoning? Right? How can you add more flavor?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Do you need to throw MSG in there? Right? Do you need to add a little salt? Because I think the word is called mediocrity. I remember when I was meditating, and I recognized, I started to look at my life, and I recognized I'm just below average.
Mm-hmm.
Now my ego doesn't. Most people's ego, they don't want to see that. But if you get really real with yourself and look at your life, many people, they feel their life is subpar or mediocrity. But sometimes, but when we don't truly look at it, we pretend that it's exciting by what substance, by going to the raves, Coachella. Right? You see, Amanda says there's always a fight or the universe just testing me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to find the or the meaning, the positive, not negative. And there's also that Liz, which is for people in religion in the world where there is a lack of sun for long periods of time, then there are days of sun, their mood along with their feelings and emotions can be affected. Yes, many reasons. But the thing that we can control is our own emotion. Right now, if the energy is low, what does it take to bring your energy up? Because sometimes when you're slacking, you need to tighten
Mm-hmm.
your discipline.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I start going to the gym. You know why? Because it's time.
Yeah.
When God tells you it's time, you gotta, I just go.
Yeah.
It doesn't even matter what time at this point. Just go. Just show up.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you need to be 5, 6, 7 a.m. or 3 p.m. or 4 p.m. You just have to show up and live stream.
Mm-hmm.
Show up and speak the truth and be authentic. Show up and find a way to make your life work. Because if you continue to go to your old ways, you just come home, walk your dog, check your phone, check social media, scroll through, do the same thing, your life. What is that like for you? From before, what's that like for you from And I'm sure it may still be challenging sometimes. Share your process of living a more inspiring life compared to maybe before you came home from work and you just look forward to just not even thinking about serving.
Well, before, whenever I was just caught up in substance and relieving my anxiety or whatever it was, masking it in some type of way, it was just like the same thing every day. And I would come home from work angry at somebody because they pissed me off about something or say something to me about something, and then I'd allow what they said to affect my energy, affect my mood. And I was actually talking to my dad about this on the way home today. Like we allow like all this stuff that happens to us throughout the day to affect us, to affect our mood, to affect our energy, and then we bring it home with us. And we just want to like escape from whatever feelings we're feeling. And what do we do? How do we do that? I did it through alcohol. I did it through going to the bar, going to the club, sitting online, sitting on social media, sitting on Tinder, sitting on Bumble. Oh, who am I going to go on a date with this weekend? And just it was the same thing, same conversation, same cycle that I was going through. And whenever I began shifting things and now like coming home, I'm excited to come home. Like, yes, certain things might happen throughout the day, but that's just testing me. And how am I going to react to this? How do I respond to this? Am I going to allow this to affect my energy? No, on my drive home, I'm going to focus on my breath and use my techniques that I know that work for me. And then I get home, I'm in a better mood. Sometimes I have to breathe a little bit longer than others. Sometimes I need to meditate at night, so shifting whatever you're feeling and handling that and dealing with it in a healthy way rather than a way that's unhealthy, and now like I'm excited to come home. I'm excited to live stream. I'm excited to wake up in the morning and go to the gym before work and spend the morning with myself. And I'm excited to go to work now. Like, who am I going to meet? What conversations am I going to have? Like, even if it's challenging sometimes, like, it's exciting because we're not living the same mundane life every day, like the same cycle. Whenever we get excited about something and not knowing and not expecting something to happen, but like allowing whatever it is and like taking the action to do what makes you happy, but taking the action to also do the things that help you grow as a person and as a human being. It's rewarding, and sometimes we might not want to face certain people or face certain things, but once we do, like, if you feel good about it, that you're doing the right thing at the end of the day, even though it's challenging sometimes.
When your life is uninspiring, brothers and sisters, you have to make it a big deal to change.
Yeah.
Right. Like, we can complain all day about how our life is uninspiring, but you have to take action that does inspire you. Like, if you're not happy with yourself, the best thing you can do is go to the damn gym. Because when you lose weight, and you start to feel stronger, you feel sexier. And it's not sexier for other people. You feel good about yourself. There's something, and you know that you earned it. Like when you're making an impact on from sound bath and people feel better, that's great for you, because it's not just, you're just not working for money only. You get to, help humanity get better. It's not just something about you only, but the beautiful thing is you get something back.
It's serving humanity. It's like, it's bringing what you've learned and ways that you've learned to have peace or happiness and bringing that to others and helping others with that. It's just, it's amazing. It's amazing.
Jay says, I want to spend more time in silence and train my intuition. I find that the best time to work on your intuition is in the moment.
Yeah.
Sitting meditation is one thing, but through your daily life, the times where you become more quiet, you start, your intuition builds. Because when you're meditating and because meditating, sitting, traditionally, you center your energy, right? But intuition, in the moment, you get to see the future before it happens. Why? Because you're literally paying attention to the universe working. But if you're talking too much, you miss it.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And so so when we're doing an hour or 2 hour sound bath, we get to be quiet, noticing the energy of Twitch, energy of Insight Timer, our own energy, the cat throwing up over there or whatever's going on, right? Our own energy. Is Sister Emily good mood today or pouty today? Is his energy, is he pouty that somebody walk him or not walk him? My energy, how is it, right? So us being quiet, we start to see every detail, but not be obsessive, because you can see so much that you're just in your head about a bunch of stuff.
Yeah. But whenever you become obsessive about it, then you take yourself out of the present moment again, and you're not able to actually.
Which is why the master says,
live.
learn to play dumb.
Mm.
You can see everything, but you don't want to spend your energy on everything because it drains you.
Yeah.
Like some people in the chat, right? Sometimes we don't address some things we see. You know why? Because we don't need to. And we have to pick and choose. You have to pick where you spend your energy. Because if you spend your energy where it doesn't circulate, it just drains you.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Talk about that a little bit, maybe with your work experience.
100% at work. It happened today. With certain people that I work with, like we can sit and get to know each other and have conversations, of course, but it gets to a point when we're just talking just to talk, and it's sometimes people will just talk and just continue. I don't know. I don't even know how to explain it. Honestly,
Like
it's
just keep
like,
the small talk going, thinking.
it's not even small talk. It's just like things about a certain, like about them, for instance, and then they just continue, and it's just like they're continuing to talk and don't allow others to, give their perspective.
Yeah.
It's not a conversation.
'Cause they're
It's
speaking
talking
their
at
head.
somebody. It's not talking with somebody. We can have a conversation with others, where one talks and the other talks, or, we can just word vomit, basically, is what's happening.
So when people do that, it's they're speaking their heads but not their heart.
Yeah.
And the way to help, the way to guide that back is to talk about feelings.
Mm.
How do and what feeling does that bring? Because people who are talking their head, they're not with their feelings.
Yeah.
They're just blah, 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 blah.
They've just watched a lot of YouTube videos, and they're just speaking from what they know.
Yes. Just like online, when people are speaking from their heart, the energy of your text, you can feel your heart. But when you're speaking your head, we can see it too. Right? But we don't say everything, right? That's how you know. Because if somebody, like sometimes people come to the live stream and they dump a giant block of text about some spiritual thing, maybe even aliens. I just ignore it sometimes, most of the time. Why? Because they're coming here to dump something on you they're not looking to spend quality time.
Mm-hmm.
Right? When people are not looking for quality connection, I would rather have no connection.
Yeah.
But that's why as light workers, as servants of God, we have to navigate and help guide and mentor people even when they don't know it, but do it masterfully where they don't know what's happening, and out of nowhere they start to speak their feelings, and then
They feel something.
that's the key. When they feel something, their head, this thing disappears, and the baggage begins to rise, and you ask, what happened? And then here it comes. That's why I love this work so much, especially doing the card readings live, and even in person. A lot of people just will straight up cry in front of me when I'm giving them a card reading, and even online, people say, "Oh, I'm crying," whatever, right? Because they come to you with a problem,
Mm-hmm.
but they don't see what's blocking this thing.
Yeah.
And at work, people aren't even in here.
No.
So what do you do to keep yourself in an environment where most people are constantly in their head? What do you do to, to be the light?
Well, I can only control my emotions myself. So making sure my cup is full before I even go to work is highly important to me now. Because if I go to work on an empty cup or a half empty cup, is he Steve? Not that bad. If I go to work on a half empty cup, then I'm just going to be drained. I'm not going to be in a good energy for myself. So making sure I'm good first before I even go to work. And I don't even remember what the question was.
Like, how do you keep your energy, like, how do you become
Centered?
the light? Like, let's say when you're at work, okay, you sell apartments or whatever, you rent out apartments, okay, and all these people are coming to work caffeined up and like really, I mean, I guess you're the same way sometimes, right?
Yeah, I drink caffeine.
As in like the energy, because it's mentally demanding. How do you keep compassion and God at work? How do you work? How do you maintain that while still getting stuff done?
I make sure I start my day with God, start my day with myself, and staying centered throughout the day, staying within my heart. And of course, I've mentioned before, I have certain things in my office that bring me visually back to that place. If I notice myself getting out of my head or somebody calls me and like yells at me, for instance, I can look at that one thing and remember compassion and love. And if I need to step out, go outside, take some time to myself, because I feel like being stuck in an office, in a little office cubicle all day, is not healthy for 8-9 hours straight. So if you work at an office where you're constantly on the phone or in front of a computer and you have less human interaction, but you're just constantly like on a computer screen, it's so important to like take breaks throughout the day. Like allow yourself to stand up. You don't want to be sitting hunched over at a desk all day. And stand up and actually like take a walk outside, like a little 5-minute walk, and go like look at the clouds, go take a deep breath of fresh air. And be under the sun, be with the birds, if you can, and focusing on the breath throughout the day.
What do you do to hold the people around? Because when we serve God, you're a light worker. Mm-hmm. Sometimes the universe uses you to hold people accountable for compassion. Mm-hmm. What is that like for you? Like you see somebody in their head. What do you do to influence love or promote love and compassion in your everyday life? What are some things in general? You're giving her the hard questions. We gotta go to the next. We're trying to go next level.
Well, especially at work, like you said, we can get so caught up in our heads so often. So getting to know people on a personal level, I think, is so important anywhere we go, especially whenever it's coworkers that we're with every day. Some people will just come in the office, go straight to work. Hi, how are you this morning? Good. How are you? Good. And that's it. Oh, traffic was horrible coming in, but we don't take the opportunity and take the time away from our computer to actually get to know the people that we're working with. The same with my residents.
Because you're spending so much time with them, like throughout the whole day. It's not like they're not just a blip. You're like spending so much time.
Just like if you go to a regular office, you're going to have people that you're working with. Even if you work at home, you're going to have a team of people that you work with. So that team, we call them a team for a reason. It's not just a team of employees just to get the job done. Like we're a team. We're there to help each other grow, like mentally, with career, like whatever it is, like there's a reason why even my employees, my residents, the vendors coming into my door every day, there's a reason why that person is in my circle, is in my life. So getting to know the reason why and getting to know them on a personal level and staying centered and connected with the heart throughout the day. That way, if I am meant to say something to them, you know, like certain things were brought up with one of my new leasing agent's families and her background, you know, and we were able to talk about that today. And if I need to bring more masculine energy to a situation, if somebody's talking to their head too much, or if somebody's, you know, reacting in a certain way, knowing what energy to use and how to use it, but allowing myself to stay centered within myself. That way, what is needed to come out will come out throughout the day.
It's holding people accountable. Well, first, you know, in my daily, I have to check my energy. Some days I start out my day, or sometimes, you know, there's a time and a place for compassion. Because sometimes you want to be compassionate, but it's not going to bring harmony. Because, you know, there's some places you can always be compassionate, but taking action on it's like giving a homeless person money every time you see him is not needed. But you can always acknowledge them. You can always smile at them. You can also always say hi, right? There's always a way that you can give to people from the heart without making it feel routine. And simple thing as making a habit to acknowledge people that you walk by. Right? Try doing your part to help people feel humanity. When you see people, look. Some people don't look, but you gotta see, because some people are looking for a halfway to say hi. Right? Because some people have been damaged by the world. So you have to read the world you have to pay attention, people. Some people aren't looking to connect, but they will look at a smile. Some people are speaking, looking for you to speak back. And some people, they're just not there to connect. And that's okay. Some people are mean because why? They're just in their head on their phone, or they're talking to somebody in their car or something and they're not paying attention. It can be at work. Like when somebody come to work, you have to see what is their life situation. So when I did work in a corporate world, which is the Cheesecake Factory, I made an effort to care about everyone around me. And it changed everything. I start to be curious about, hey, how's your life going? Like I really wanted to know, because it's it was love. It was love. It was God working through me, showing me how you could change the whole entire world around. And we're not talking about the world is your perception and your life, daily life. That's the world. Sometimes we want to influence, quote, the world, but I'm not going to Kenya. You know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna be influencing Indonesia right now. But I'm in America, in Houston, Texas. You know, on the streets, whatever. I know that's my world, and in that world, how can I be the best servant ever where I'm at? And so in our daily life, like for example, when people show up to the meditation on Sunday, we make sure to get eye contact. We make sure to say hi. If they show up early, learn their names, because when you have over 50 people showing up, you're not going to know everyone's name. But the ones that show up early and show you respect, they show up early. I noticed that we should connect a little bit. Right? People who show up early in a stream and make a comment, we notice y'all. Right? And that's why we make an effort to say your name and all that, because it matters. Every little detail is an act of compassion, or it's actions speak louder than words. And going out of your way to be a good host, to be a good friend, but not making sure you don't drain yourself by doing it because you want people to like you.
Right.
I wasn't connecting with people because I wanted them to like me. I was connecting with people because
you care.
I care.
Yeah.
I genuinely care, and I got tired of people I got tired of not knowing the people I saw every day. What can you say about that?
No, I completely agree, because I've worked at different places where I worked with the same people for over a year. We're in that office 5 days a week together. And while we weren't in the same office, they were right outside of my window. And to be honest, I was so immersed in the reports that were due. I was so immersed with writing the greatest email. I was so immersed with the demographic reports and what was our bottom line, what was the bottom number, that I was too busy to connect with the people that I saw every day. And that makes me so sad, you know, like that I had these people that were around me every day. And yeah, we celebrated birthdays, sometimes we'd have lunch together, and we knew a little bit about each other. But on a personal level, honestly, I could have done a lot better. And that's where I am now. I'm kind of restructuring my office day and reprioritizing why I'm there. And yes, the reports need to get done. Yeah, the emails have to go out. But there has to be a better way for me to manage my time to where I am able to connect with the people that I'm around more. Because I connected with people, but I want to refocus it a little bit.
It's so crazy that just caring a little bit more makes your life so much better. Because there were some people that I worked with that I didn't care too much about because like we were not on the same frequency, or I didn't vibe with them and all this BS, okay? But then God's like, everybody's your brother and sister. And I started treating everyone like my brothers and sisters. And so I began to ask about their feelings. I began to ask about, like, I wanted to know more with free time. Like, even with the small moment, like, even in the moment, talking about some things. I think what really helped open people up to deeper conversations, it's what you do while at work. You're willing to, like, ask, maybe, does somebody want water? You're willing to do a little bit more to show compassion.
Yeah.
And it goes a long way, and doing it from the heart and not doing like a routine corporate thing. It's like, oh, everybody's doing it. It's like, you know, it's a company thing. And that's why authenticity at work is kind of lacking, because it's become a corporate protocol that's not from the heart. Because because everyone's so comfortable, they just get their money and leave.
Yeah.
And yes, we make room for a little compassion, but not really.
Yeah.
It's just like, okay, yeah, who cares, my coworker? Well, ew, I don't want to get too close to my coworker. Like, I'm just there to work, and it's good to work, but we have to learn to treat people like our family, because you might. But then again, this is for people who say they serve God. This is for the people who say they're spiritual. Because guess what? Not everyone is a servant. Not everybody wants to serve at this level. Not everyone cares that deeply. But we're here to promote, you know, caring deeply, but also having boundaries. Because some coworkers maybe are creepy. Maybe they just
some have different intentions, you know, 100%. So we have to be aware of the environment and the situation to know how to respond in the moment.
True.
Okay.
Talk to him, sister.
No, but I mean, sometimes, you know, people, oh God. But sometimes at work, you know, we have to be aware in the moment to know how to respond, you know, because sometimes people will have different intentions that might not be the best intentions. So that involves a lot of being aware in the moment and just knowing how to respond. And with that takes a lot of meditation and being centered, you know. It's just so sad sometimes, you know, in especially corporate America for myself, you know, because imagine a world where so many businesses, you know, businesses that we call them, if we had authentic people that were actually operating from the heart of just the impact that we can make. You know, because sometimes whenever we're caught up with meditation or the spiritual world or the spiritual events, we're so often ready to get off of work and ready for the weekend to be able to go to our yoga event or go to our retreat, that we're not even looking forward to doing the work on a daily basis, being a kind person on a daily basis, being like treating the people that we're around at work like family and building those connections with them, and just doing the small things every day. You know, it's so sad. He's back. I have 23 employees, and I get in that same mode and need to take more time to take a genuine interest in all of them. Thanks. Absolutely. Yeah. I have 10 employees and building 332 units, so I'm probably going to have about 500 residents on top of that. And at my old job, I would hide in my office. You know, sometimes I'd close the door because I just had so many reports that I had to just push out, like deadline, 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 money, 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 that I had residents coming in my office to speak with me. They were asking for me by name. And sometimes, if I have time, absolutely. But it's about managing your time again and making those connections with other people, you know, because sometimes, especially in a corporate America, that empathy is lacking, that human connection, that operating from love is lacking.
I think in general, in society, the compassion is lacking because we're all trying to reach the American dream and be successful and make it. But the Buddha, that's why I love wisdom. Happiness is not the destination, happiness is the journey. We're all trying to get to the destination so much.
We miss the journey.
That we miss, like, there's a bunch of masters around us trying to teach us how not to get involved in, maybe don't get involved in bad relationships by meeting people at bars or something, right? We have to pay attention, but when we don't have wisdom, we should share it.
Yeah.
And it's not always easy. Why? Because you got stuff to do. Right? But you have to, it's almost like you have to recognize what is your priority.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Jay says, yes, it's hard to slow down and enjoy every moment sometimes. And that's why if you're at work, you're not there to necessarily socialize unless God tells you to.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like every person that walks by, you don't have to make that
Exactly.
heart connection with every single person, you know, but whenever God calls you, you know, 100%.
Yeah. Let's see here. Amanda says, honestly, I'm trying to survive a lot. I'm trying to survive, let alone be able to thrive. And that's what's being taught to humanity. Just survive. But we forget, and that's why I love spirituality, because it tells you, because you woke up today, you are already rich. Think about that.
Yeah.
Because you woke up today, you're already successful. But many people don't feel that way. Why? We're not grateful. We're not genuinely, deeply grateful. And that's why as we deepen our gratitude, where we realize you waking up today is dope, like success.
Not just material things, but like you waking up, you having legs, you having a roof over your, you know, like, and it's like the little
if I could
things.
teach if I could just teach humanity that, because that alone for me was where like the beginning of my awakening, like realizing that my life is precious, and every day that I'm alive, it is like a sacred gift that you have, and everything else is extra.
Yeah.
But for you to realize that, it can only make your life better, because some of us think we're always focused on what we don't have.
Absolutely.
The
lack.
Yeah. What is a gift health? What gift health is more than gold. Let's see here.
Oh. Whenever there's a homeless man who lives on the street, whenever I see him, I say to him, "It is a beautiful day." And he always replies, "It is a gift."
Yes.
Just to be alive today, just to be able to breathe and being excited for what the day's going to bring.
There's two sides to that. It's like some people realize that and they don't improve. Which is how you can become homeless and have you may have the knowledge but not wisdom.
It's like taking that action. Yeah.
Right? And so I'm saying that because there's a lot of spiritual people who aren't improving that much because they're busy just enjoying the moment, which is how I used to be for years. Because why? Realizing that your life is precious and like feeling the preciousness, it's such a huge realization that I spent like a couple years just meditating a lot. So I mean, imagine my parents let me have the blessing of meditating for years and just not even like I think they understand there's like a spiritual thing, and they didn't know what to do. They were just concerned. So I'm definitely grateful that I'm just grateful that my blessing led me to having parents who allowed me to serve Buddha and God. Because if they just kept pressuring me so much, I would not be here today.
Yeah.
They pressured me, but then they still like, I guess, yeah. My dad is a really open-minded individual. My mother was not. Okay, so the pressure came mainly from my mother, but my father just wanted me to be a good person. My mom wants me to be rich, like and that's why I think I was reluctant to follow money, because all my mother wanted me was, why don't you be a nurse? Why don't you be an engineer? And I just did not, I wanted to go to the army. And so I'm grateful that I continue to walk the spiritual path, and looks like I'm going to be walking this path until the day I die now, and finding what is true wealth. But the master showed me true wealth can also come with money.
Yeah. It can be both, but true happiness doesn't come from money. You know, like we need money to be able to...
It's a balance.
It is a balance. It's...
Yeah.
Yeah. I was kind of the opposite from you. It's funny because I was on the path of like money, you know, that was my 10-year goal was, you know, to make a certain amount. And I thought that happiness did come from money. And then once I became so overwhelmed with work, that's when I found meditation. And, you know, all that work towards money to survive, like Amanda said, you know, like that brought me to meditation, to realizing that true happiness did not come from money. And that's what started my spiritual path.
Yes.
Was all this stress and everything, yeah.
I think, you know, we all have our karma. I did not get brainwashed in, you know, by American values, because I just did not fit in to what most boys were doing in middle school and high school. I was just a confused child who was like very Buddhist, but then got picked on a lot and was always on the B team on football. I was always the last chair in orchestra. I just felt so like, why do I suck at everything? So I never fit in, but my blessing of not fitting in is I get to be free from societal perception and norms. And I always thought, man, my life is just trash. And I didn't know there would be a benefit of having of not fitting into anything.
Yeah.
And looking for love in girls, of course, heavily. And then, I'm just surprised I'm just surprised that purity can still be maintained even though I was in a trap house. I was buying people drugs. I was buying, because I didn't have that many friends. The people in the trap house, everybody's all effed up. And I didn't want to do drugs alone. I would buy drugs for people. I would buy beer for guys often. Like when I go to the club, I would buy guys drinks.
Yeah.
And they were just my homies.
Shots.
It was just a beer. They just wanted a beer. They wanted a Heineken. And so every time I'm at the club, they can always come to me and I would get them a beer. Why? Because my compassion, I didn't even know it was compassion. I just knew that, hey, I saw them as my brother. But and they definitely manipulated me, but it didn't matter because it was still from my heart.
Right.
And that, of course, it was just ignorance. When you're in hell, you don't even know how you got there, but to get, to have an awakening.
To get out.
Yeah, to get out of hell, to get out of just thinking your life sucks, to get out of just being addicted to everything that is stimulating, right? Like even energy drinks. I was addicted to energy drinks for years. Why? Because the substance, like I used to go out late at night street racing every Saturday, and how I would get the biggest can of Monster, which is a 44-ounce can, every time I go out. And so I had these terrible habits, and because I was escaping my responsibility in life. I was escaping the truth in life, and it took a while because my parents, they're doing their best. They're an immigrant, they're first generation, and they're just, they were just trusting, they were just doing their best to guide me, but it's not easy to, this thing called life, and especially when you're not in your own country.
Yeah.
And when your funds are not that high, the child has to find it, their way, and
So you just tried a lot of different avenues
I
to find your way.
So many. I was in the server industry for like you, like in the food, service industry for years, 10 years. I was doing serving jobs.
I was about the same. I started at 16 as a hostess, and then about 22. That's when I started in property management.
The music stuff, my blessing, it came from the Thai temple. Like I was very sheltered as a child in the Thai community. I knew every elder, I knew every I knew everybody's parents, and that's why the music stuff I'm used to, because I grew up just playing traditional Thai drums and instruments, and I never have thought it would lead me to this, like music. And the more I do music, the more my life is going up.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, it's a great way to meditate. And I mean, I started with playing the piano because I grew up Pentecostal, so we couldn't watch television, we couldn't listen to like the radio. All that we could listen to was Christian music, so I was like so sheltered, but I grew up playing the piano, and I kind of had that outlet, whenever I was a kid.
How long did you play the piano for?
From like up until age 12. So it was like my younger childhood. So like after my parents got the divorce, I still played the piano a little bit, and I took 6 or 7 years of lessons of like going to this lady's house, and I would practice, and I did all these recitals
too,
and
a lot of just
look. I read the music and I would play, and holding down the pedal at the same time. But yeah, it helped my brain and it helped me. And then, but whenever I found the crystal bowls, that's kind of like what led me, just being able to like put allow your mind to listen to that music.
Yeah.
It's just, yeah.
Well, Thai music, there are some instruments that are more analytical, and there are some instruments that are more repetitive and feeling, like the drums. The way it's learned is different too, and I caught myself not liking. I like to just try to memorize it, the notes, and then feel it out, because I don't know what it is. I just have this reading. When I read, it doesn't. I grew up having reading comprehension issue.
Can we?
Are you ready?
It's not time yet.
Yeah. I remember when I was learning English in school, and I was doing reading classes, I always got a D or an F or like a really low, because I didn't know, maybe I had some sort of dyslexia, because that's the one thing that would not comprehend. But when I feel and intuitively learn, it's way better. And of course, English is not my first language.
Right.
Thai is my first language. But then I came right when I'm developing language skills. So I guess that's why my language skill was weak in the beginning.
Of course.
Because I finished first grade in Thailand and came to second grade in America,
Mm-hmm.
which was like, I think if they just held me back a little bit, it would have been better. But they don't know, you know.
Yeah, they don't know.
They don't know better. We're just an immigrant family
Mm-hmm.
trying to make it, and
Yeah, I could imagine how hard that would be. We had a lot of kids come and only know Spanish, and
Mhm.
like it was very hard for them to like have conversations with their peers, you know, the other kids at school, let alone being in this new school and having to learn the language and then having to learn like what they were teaching while you were still learning the language. I could only imagine like
well, it's weird because I came to America, but I was surrounded mainly by Latinos right away.
because of the area that you were
Yeah,
in.
we owned a laundromat in a side of town where it was predominantly Mexican, and maybe it was mainly Mexican, Cancun apartments. And
Get your
so,
butt off the camera.
and so it made my merit with Latinos is my karma with Latinos
And now at the temple too.
is unending. I wouldn't say it's unending, it's just continuous because, you know,
Right.
that's who, like, I remember second or third grade, we've been exposed to Spanish already. Yo tengo hambre, hola.
Really?
Yo free. Yeah, I was already learning Spanish, and
Were there any white kids in your school?
it was predominantly white.
Oh, okay.
But then but of course there's a high Latino population on that line, so there were some bilingual classes, and I think that's why we also learned Spanish in there. And then I eventually, and so that school was higher quality, and then I went to a more, I would say, more low income area, which was more
Yeah.
gang related, more fighting, more sexual energy in middle school, more ego, and more. I got picked on way more for every little thing because that's just what people do in middle school. But then when you're going to a low income area where parents don't, you know, prioritize education as much, there's gonna be more Pokemon cards or whatever, you know.
Is that where the street racing came in?
No, the street racing came in is because I guess that's what Asian guys did. So even though I was, you know, as a Thai person growing up, Asian guys had some things that they did, and one thing was be into street racing. Right?
Yeah.
A lot of Asian people were just into souping up the cars, and because you need to identify, people are looking for where they fit in, and that was just part of what you did back then.
The things you do to fit in, right?
I mean, it starts young. I mean, think
Yeah.
about the Pokemon cards.
Yeah.
That was
Whatever's popular at that time.
And at that Power Rangers, I was addicted to Power Rangers for like 4 to 5 years. Did that make my life better? No.
Yeah.
Nobody asked that question. Does Power Rangers make my life better? Right. But of course, that's my blessing.
Yeah.
But at least I get to be here today.
Yeah.
Because if my life was any different earlier, maybe I would not have found the Dharma.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I feel like you kind of have to go through searching, trying different things, and getting into hell, basically. So eventually you just want to get out of it.
And I could, you know, honestly say I did not become a man till, you know, later in life, because my parents treated me like a boy for so long, because that was their best. That's how they knew. My mother loved me too much, that she wanted to protect me too much. Why? Because growing up, I was always getting lost and drowning. Like, one time I fell in a pool, she dove in, and I don't remember, like, my feet got caught up in I think a bicycle, and then I still have a scar from it.
Wow.
A dog bit me when I was young. You know, there's all these many misfortunes that make my mom really paranoid, and I think it's because the karma.
Yeah.
She raised me with fear. Because why? That's her karma. But because of her karma of fear, I get to spread love today. Right? We get to. We get to practice peace and love, because sometimes we start off with a negative life,
Yeah.
but if we continue having a pure heart and not giving up on God and love, it may lead to something great. Anything for our brothers and sisters today?
Yeah, I feel like we kind of, even as kids, certain things that we might have gone through, we can decide to end that. If there's something from our childhood that we learned we did not want to do, we can still have compassion for our parents, because that's the best that they knew how at the time. But we can decide not to do that anymore, and that's the beautiful thing about life is we're able to say how our life is going to go, but it takes a lot of work and action that we have to put towards that. But the end result, can be so worth it in the end, so just never giving up and believing in yourself, believing in the universe, believing in God, believing in your family, your community is so important, like never doubting yourself.
You have a purpose. We all have a purpose. So just because your beginning is not so beautiful, it doesn't mean beauty is not there. So keep believing in yourself and keep meditating. And thank you for being here with Emily Richardson.
And thanettaout.
Here, and Brother Sean will be here whenever in the future. And thank you. We got William, Jay,
Liz.
ST, Liz is here.
Wes.
Wes is here. Let's see. Well, thank you for being engaging in the chat and connecting. Yeah, so again, our goal on Insight Timer is to bring authenticity and bring music, but also bring knowledge and Dharma and vulnerability, because it's what makes us happy. Let's just be real. If we were just playing music only but not spreading, helping people grow their consciousness and expand, because that's what we represent.
Yeah.
Like we are a group because there's a lot of shadow work, behind the scenes work that you don't see,
A lot of vulnerability
and a lot of blessings too.
Yeah.
Because through the vulnerability, it leads to blessings. So when we're here, know that the reason why we're not just doing music only, because we give a crap. Okay, we actually care enough to where you like Sister Emily's vibe. Well, she's gonna come with the truth because you respect her. I'm gonna come with the truth because I see you're listening and you respect me. And then once we learn from each other, maybe you end up having your own live stream or your own community, but at the end we're all one family, one community. We're all one Insight Timer.
all one humanity.
So if you want to support Sister Emily, you can donate, you can follow, and you can follow my TikTok. I'm trying to grow on TikTok right now. I'm at 390 followers.
What is your name on TikTok? The Mystic Village?
The Mystic Village.
Okay.
Yeah. And my goal is to get to 1,000, because getting to 1,000 followers on TikTok, I can also live stream on TikTok. So I'm just grateful it's gotten to 390, because it was stuck at like 360 for so
a
long.
while.
Yeah, for a while. And it's because I haven't been posting as much, because I'm looking how I want to do more, but you want to do more in a smart way.
Be effective, yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to do a
just waste your
talking
time.
stream all the time, because why? That's not what people want, right? You don't want to do too much music because you need to do some talking. So having like 2 music stream and 1 talking stream makes the most sense. And yeah. And then while with you here, we're just developing, we're showing you what we're doing. It's more reflection time, and
It makes it a community too, because you get to know us and we get to know you.
that's the goal: create community, create respect, and that's it. The end.
Bye. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Kapisi, Silver Wolf, Bass Dogs, Little Willow, and shout out to Teddy. Good night, everybody. Thank you.